Good Monday morning to you guys. Good to see you. I missed y'all, man. We've been gone for about 10 days. Jackson and I went out to Yellowstone for a little vacation, and man, we had the time of our lives out there. That place is so absolutely gorgeous. I miss it, but we're back to reality today. I don't know what this video is gonna be like. Anytime I leave for an extended period of time, we have to go around and check on all the businesses. Hopefully they're still there. Hopefully nothing's blown up or burned up or anybody's quit or gotten fired, but I have no idea. That's what we're gonna do today. Go around to each business, check on them, see what's happening. So without further ado, let's go get it started. Tell you one thing though, boys, a lot more humid and hot here than it was out in Yellowstone. The weather was absolutely perfect out there. We had like 75-degree days. It was almost in the 40s at nighttime. It got a little chilly, had to take a hoodie. But just had a wonderful time. Kind of hard to get up this morning, get back to the old grind, but we do what we got to do. So I reckon first, let's head up to the landfill, check on it, see how much trash came in while we were gone, and see how the boys are doing. It has literally been 6 hours since the last little shot that you seen when I was riding up here to the landfill. I don't know what happened while I was on vacation, but as soon as I pulled through the gate, everybody just started running towards my truck. We got this issue, we got this problem, and evidently my father has been on the warpath for the past 10 days and got everybody all riled up. We got equipment down everywhere. The phone won't quit ringing. I'm serious, 6 hours of nothing but folks talking to me, the phone ringing. Like, I just want to go back on vacation. I'm not even kidding right now. But I reckon that's part of owning businesses. You just got to be able to, you know, kind of shake it off and deal with the stress and move on. So tomorrow will be another day. Anyhow, I'll quit all my whining and complaining. I wanted to stop over here at this Cat 826C. Rolando has been putting a new radiator and I believe a hydraulic cooler in it too. Let's see if we can get this door open and check it out. And no, we can't, because he's already got the bolt back in it. But anyhow, we had to put a new radiator, and I can see, I don't know if you guys can see, we had to put a new hydraulic cooler in this machine. This is also the one, I believe, that he put a new hydraulic tank on, so she should be ready to go. Now this is one I've had rebuilt with Yancey Brothers over in Augusta. So they'll take this machine, strip it down all the way to the frame, rebuild the motor, transmission, planetary gears, hydraulic system, anything else that we need done. They'll rebuild the entire unit, and it's much cheaper, way cheaper than buying a new one. A new one's over $1 million right now, and there's a 1-year wait list. This is probably about a $500,000 rebuild right here, but we'll get years and years of life out of this. So we just buy these usually out of Canada. There's a company called Marcel Equipment up in London, Ontario. I'll fly up there, check the machine out. They go through it, rebuild it, then we'll run it. When it needs another rebuild, I'll have the local Cat guys do it. Saves us a ton of money. Plus, we don't have all the computers that we have on the new, that they have on the new compactors, all the def and all that stuff. These are much simpler to work on without all the computers and def system. Now, I don't know how much longer we'll be able to run these models because we're already having to buy Cat Classic parts. So it's already an antique. Most of them are, I think the 826C models run from 90 to 98, somewhere in there. I'm sure some of you Cat gurus can drop a comment below and let me know the years. But anyway, won't be too much longer. We'll be able to continue to rebuild these. I don't know when we'll have to stop, but I want to run 826Cs as long as I can, just because we can work on them. We don't have to have Cat come out with the computer, plug into them. So we'll just, some of you guys were asking when we're going to upgrade and buy a new one. I'm going to wait as long as I can and just keep rebuilding these C models because, well, they're bulletproof. Okay, now 6 hours later, let's head up to the landfill and see. I haven't even made it to the landfill. I made it maybe 150 feet into the gate. So now we're going to head up to the landfill and see what things look like. And y'all, I should say this too. Don't get me wrong. I love my father. Love him more than anything in this world. But when it comes to business, he is old school, and it's going to be his way or the highway. And so he does what I like to call swatting the hornet's nest. when he comes up here to all the businesses and sees people doing things that he feels like is wrong, and he's gonna sure enough let them know about it. Then I gotta kind of come around and calm everybody down. But it's okay. Everybody, I think, for the most part, has calmed down now, and the landfill looks really good up here. So I see Aaron just pulled up. He's got to go talk to, I think that's Mike in the compactor there. Hey, buddy. Giving me a bunch of hand signals. I don't know what he's trying to say, but landfill looks really good. You know, we brought the shredder up here a few weeks back and filled in this valley, so the floor is nice and level the whole way across, and we've got plenty of dumping lanes too. That's one thing I really like to have up here, so that we have time to go through the loads and recycle what we can. So you got to have a bunch of staging lanes or dumping lanes in order to do that. Plus you got individuals coming in like this fella here with the van and the trailer, and David with his Hyundai 160 has got to have a little bit of space to get around there and clean the trailer off. Now this is a service that we provide when we can for folks. We can't do it for everybody, you know, all the time, but when we have an extra minute to keep folks from having to hand unload and take forever and clog up our working space, we'll use the excavator to kind of scratch off the load like David's doing now. But he is really good on this excavator. It takes quite a bit of skill to be able to reach down on those boards of that trailer and pull off all the trash without jacking up somebody's trailer. So he is really, really good on this excavator right here. I want to kind of walk over here to the edge with you guys. I know it's been a few weeks since we've done any actual landfill videos. I've been so daggum preoccupied with building that slip and slide. That thing, although as you saw, turned out amazing, it was way more work than I had realized. I bit off more than I could chew on that one. So sorry about nothing but slip and slide content there for a little while. Then I went on vacation, as y'all know, with my son out to Yellowstone, and just getting back 2 days ago. So I had the weekend to kind of recuperate, wash all my clothes up. But we're back at it today, and it has been, as I told you, wide open. We're getting really, really good compaction running both compactors though. The side slope looks really good, way better than last time we were up here. You can see they're almost down there to the wall. That's the limit of the waste right there. So we can only go to that little wall right there. All that land that you see with the dumpsters on it, that's going to be future recycling area. So we were talking this morning, we've got to get some of our customers out here to get some of their dumpsters out of the way so that we can clear that out and use that for our C&D sorting operation. We finally have got some companies that are doing the LEED project, the Leaders in Energy Efficiency Design. That's a government funded, I guess I should say funded, it's a government program that incentivizes, that's a better word, incentivizes recycling. And so like when they're building schools or, you know, any big industrial park, if those companies will recycle the material that they're using to build it, to build whatever structure it is, then they get some, I don't know the details, but they get some type of tax credit or some type of incentive in order to recycle. So they'll throw it all in the dumpster, we'll bring it to our sorting area, dump it out, sort through it, give them a reporting of what we were able to actually recycle. So I'm really happy to see that recycling is finally at least starting. But that's, you know, I've said it in a million videos, the reason why we don't recycle here. So many of you guys in other countries are like, man, y'all throw away so much stuff. And we do, but it's because, like I've told you in the past, it's cheaper to bury it than it is to recycle it. So hopefully now that the government is stepping in and helping out a little bit, that'll catch on. It's not going to be a next week, next year thing. It's going to be slow, I'm sure, but at least it's starting, and I'm super happy to see that. Because as we've looked before, you know, all the loads that come in here, the majority of them are recyclable. Like I need all of this untreated wood to go to Gringo, and we can grind it up and make mulch with it. Cardboard is crazy, plastic, tons and tons of stuff that could be recycled. Even all this sheetrock right here, it can be used in agriculture. The thing I can't figure out just yet is how to separate the paper from the from the sheetrock. So the sheetrock is kind of like gypsum. So I know they can grind this up and use it in agriculture. One thing I want to take a deeper look into as we go. So if you know anything about that, drop it in the comments down there below. because I sure would love to recycle just as much material as we can that comes in here one day. Hey, y'all better get to work before Milton Williams shows up. he's got everybody wound up around here, man. I'm telling you, I'm not sure what got into him while I was gone, but we had dinner with him yesterday. He's like, you gonna have some fires to put out? Man, he sure enough wasn't kidding. And so we were just over there looking down that slope. Looks like this slope has got about the same amount of distance to go. We can go to that green vegetation right there. Then we got to stop. We've got to cut. We began cutting a ditch in that side over there between us and I-20. You can see the traffic going there. We've got to cut a ditch in that's going to take water all the way down to our sediment pond that blew out back during the summer. We've got to make that sediment pond bigger. We got a lot of work to do the end of summer on into fall, and then even on into winter. We've just, you know, this place is constantly changing. It's kind of having to move things around, move the businesses around to make room for the trash. As I've said in previous videos, the trash kind of chases the other businesses around, so we're always having to juggle and move. It's a lot. So we've got plenty of content coming for you guys over the next few months. And it looks like we've had a decent amount of metal come in today. Some old barbecue grills, sheet metal, bicycles. Hey, that looks like an old catalytic converter right there, don't it? Old muffler, some exercise equipment. And I seen Aaron, he was over here talking to David a while ago. I'm sure we're gonna save these steps. They look still pretty good. We can use them for something around here. Some old silverware. You never know what comes into this place on a daily basis, guys. I mean, it's just anybody's guess. And sometimes these dump trailers, especially with the shingles, it being so heavy, they can't dump because they're battery operated. So David will have to scratch a little bit off of it for them, or sometimes they just don't work. So it's you know, it's a courteous thing that we do, but sometimes the unfortunate problem with it is people get to expecting it, and if David's busy doing something else, you know, we don't charge anything to offload. But you know, like that you see there, that thing was just too heavy. He couldn't dump without David's help. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. You know, people need the help and we don't mind providing it when we can, but then when we can't, people get pissed off. And my buddies with Amen Corner Ponds, so they're a good customer down at the garden center. They probably bought some of these plants from us. They just did a pond clean out, so they'll bring all that material here and we'll push it. There's an old, that's the fountain head right there that goes into probably a koi pond that they've done a clean out on. So you just never know what's gonna come in. But now let's try to make it back to the mulch yard and see what kind of mulch we got on the ground and take a look at what's going on back there. The guy's really been pulling out a lot of non-ferrous here lately. So this is all the wire. This will be copper, probably number 2 or number 3 copper. So when we have time, we also pull out all of the non-ferrous metals, your aluminum, copper, brass, all that good stuff. Separate it, we'll clean it up and ship it out for recycling. And I had to park right in a mud puddle. This is how my day has been going, guys. Y'all, before we head back to Gringo, I wanted to show y'all this real quick. So it looks like Rolando got the 826C that we were looking at just a little bit ago. Got her all buttoned up. She's headed back to work at the landfill, but you have to go super slow on this hard packed road out here or it will beat you to death. But you can just see just by the weight of this machine what it'll do to this super hard packed road. Have to come and fix the road back now with the scraper, but just wanted to show you guys that It's not fun to drive on this hard clay road, because as I said before, that machine has zero suspension and it will beat you slap to death. So now we'll have 3 compactors in the landfill. 2 of them will be running full time as long as the waste stream coming in, as long as the amount of trash is coming in dictates that we run 2, which normally it does. And then we keep the 3rd one for backup, because they do break down. Even as bulletproof as those things are, they will break down because they're old and because of the environment that they're in. Just like that radiator was probably due to just sand and grit being blown through by the fan at such high speeds it'll wear through the radiator and you'll spring leaks. So that's how we've got 4 of them on the property. The other 826C I keep back at the pallet pile to squish the pallets before we run them through the grinder. But just wanted to show you guys that. It's kind of cool to watch them walk across the road. It's kind of cool because I'm not the one that has to fix the road. And it looks like we must have run low on topsoil while I was gone too. They got the Dobstat trommel around here, the Hyundai loader, feeding some topsoil into it, getting it screened up. I still got my daggum green rocks up here that we got to get down to the garden center. There just ain't enough time in the day. It looks like this driver might have let some concrete harden in his chute up there on top of that cement mixer. He's taking a hammer and beating it out. Hopefully we'll be doing some crushing again soon. I have to apologize to you guys that wanted the crushing videos. Looks like they crushed while I was away on vacation, so we're just gonna have to wait until the next time stockpile gets low and they start crushing again. And the block production is still going good. I see a couple containers full. Then we got Javier over there. He just came out of the landfill with that JCB with all of that non-ferrous. That's where he kind of recycles and tears down that material over there under his little shed. We got our buddy Austin and the Hyundai 960 there, loading the truck with mulch. I'm happy to see mulch still going out this late in the season. Usually, you know, spring of course is wide open, we can't keep up, and then when it gets this hot it usually slows down. But fortunately we've stayed strong through the hot months. Now again in fall we will have another wave. It won't be like spring, but that'll be another good hit too. But it looks like the boys have done a fantastic job around here. Big pile of mulch, nice decent pile of cherry brown, and that looks like coffee brown. I think we added a new color to the roster. And then of course the black. And there's my other old 826C that I was telling y'all about. It's got an exhaust leak from hell on it. I don't know if you can hear it from here, but it's loud as all get out. But I'll walk over there and show you guys that. A couple of y'all have wanted to see what we do with the actual skids or pallets. So let's head over here and take a look. And also I replied to some of y'all in the comments about the shredder, but we did go ahead and buy the 75 DK. Probably could have used the larger one, but man, that thing was just too expensive. And so we got a pretty good deal on the 75 DK since it was a demo model. So we went ahead and purchased that. So we're gonna flip-flop that machine between the pallets and the landfill. I think what we're gonna do is stockpile the bulky waste up in the landfill, and then maybe 2 days a week we'll run it up there to reduce the size of the bulky waste. And then we'll come over here and use it to shred the pallets. That should save us a lot of money on the metal contamination and a ton in fuel, since that machine only burns 6-7 gallons an hour, as I've explained in the past videos. Yeah, I'd say she's got a pretty bad exhaust leak. She's sputtering. Still got plenty of power though. So what happens, the enclosed van trailers will bring pallets in from companies here locally that need to recycle the waste. We'll offload them with the little forklift here. They'll put them in this. This actually was a pit. It was a big belly, and we would just come over the wall, dump them in the pit. But now we've got so many pallets in here, so they're taking the compactor, just running back and forth, pre-crushing it, just for size reduction mainly, but then it also makes it super easy to feed through the grinder or now the shredder. Let's see if we can walk out here without getting a nail in our foot. But you see it breaks it up really, really well. This is a dream for either, well, for our grinder that we were using, and now for the shredder it'll make it even easier. over to the C&D waste. Start down here at this end and push. Slowly raise that blade up, letting a thin layer of material fall out. That way those wheels and those cutter teeth on the wheels have more access and can penetrate down through the waste more, giving you a better compaction, breaking the material up better versus just kind of flipping it on top of itself. Watch that all day. There's something satisfactory about just hearing that wood break and watching it turn into splinters. But let's go see what's going on also on the other side for our compost, see what's happening there, and then we'll make our way around to the sand washing plant. I believe they're washing some sand today. We got us a mountain built up around here, don't we? We're gonna have to bring that shredder in here pretty soon and set up. This will be an ideal location to set that shredder because you can stay, you know, way above the actual hopper. You can see what you're putting down in there. So I'll get y'all a video of that soon whenever we bring the shredder around here and grind up this material. Oh cool, looks like somebody's on the Cabelco 210 over here with the wood screw. I love watching this thing too. Let's go check it out. Looks like we got my buddy Fern in the Cabelco today. He's around here splitting up these stumps so that we can send them through the shredder too. If y'all saw the video of the shredder with the stumps, it did not like these big old stumps. So we're gonna reduce them in size and then they should go through no problem. Oh, that's a big in there. Let's see what Fern can do with it. Man, that Cabelco, that was the same one squealing last time. I think we must have a grease fit and not taking any grease on that thing. We're gonna have to talk with Aaron about that. Have to fix that before we have to wind up doing a line bore on it. Look at that thing just go right through that stump, man. Of course, it's hollow too. I didn't see that until just now, but still, that's pretty daggone cool. So if y'all saw in a video probably 2 months ago, this is our new screw. The last one we used it so much that it was just smooth, so we had to send off for a new cone. Now with those nice new threads on there, you can just tell it's doing a much better job. Got it. And he's done drilled into a log that he didn't mean to drill into. Pretty handy little tool right there. We need us another excavator this size right here. I talked to Aaron briefly. I done talked to so many people this morning I can't remember. But I think we've got a couple manufacturers bringing out a 200, slightly over the 200 class series. So I think we got Volvo, another Cabelco, maybe a Deere. I can't remember all the manufacturers that are bringing them. We're gonna kind of compare those and see which one we like, because we just need another one around here with all the different things happening. You know, you need a screw on one, we need somebody offloading, we need somebody feeding a grinder or a shredder all the time. We just need an additional excavator. So that'll be kind of cool to compare the different models, see which one we like best. But now let's head around to the sand plant. Nothing else is happening over in the compost area today. Let's go around to the sand plant, see how everything's running there. There comes in another truck. He'll have either pallets or crates, so he'll back up to the loading dock and the guys will get him offloaded, and then we'll put it in the pile, and like I said earlier, bring the shredder around here and get it shredded up soon. We're never gonna make it around to the sand plant, guys. There's too much cool stuff going on. So this is Aaron's version of weed eating. Which I can't blame him. As high as it is today, I wouldn't want to be on a weed eater either. So we've got the Cat 299 and the Cat head, mulching head on it. This thing does a really, really good job. I need to get it down by my house and clear some of the woods down by the pond, but again, time is almost non-existent anymore. That does a really, really, really good job, this little cutting head on here. I like this thing. Yo!
It's kind of like an airplane winding down.
It kind of does.
The Volvo 200 will be here in about 20 minutes.
Oh, really? That's what we was just talking about. I didn't know what all brands you had coming out, but it's Thursday?
Well, it'll kind of be all week.
Okay.
Company Wrench is coming out Thursday. They're going to bring their grill. They're going to cook.
Nice.
I got the Volvo coming today. What else? I got the Cabelcos coming tomorrow.
Okay.
I hadn't heard from John Deere yet.
Gotcha.
And the Hyundai should be here like Wednesday or Thursday.
Sweet. Hyundai, is it 210 or 220?
220.
220.
Yeah.
Okay. They all gonna be pretty close, comparable in size.
They should be, yeah. So we're gonna get us a good, honest opinion, and we're gonna buy one.
All right, I like it. So the winner gets to stay.
That's right.
I like it. That'll be good. You know, just to kind of run them all side by side. That's what I did way back when with the loaders.
Yeah.
I said, hey, one of them's gonna stay. You bring one, and if your price is right and we like the machine, then you got to sell. But that's the only way really to compare them like super accurately and honestly, is just to line them up, jump from one machine to the other, and see which one you like.
Yep. I'm going for comfort.
Yeah, most people do.
So,
I'm going for price, because I'm the one that got to sign the check. I don't care about your comfort.
It's not my wallet.
All right, we're gonna get around here to the sand plant and check things out, and probably call it a day. And
you got one of them kamikaze bugs on you?
yes, I do. Some things have been everywhere this year. It's been the year of cicadas.
I don't know what they are, but man, they wear you out. You stand still, they just run into you.
That's a cicada.
Is it?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, this has been the year of like 50 million of them hatching or something.
I see those every year.
Yeah. Well, there's some that hatch every year, but this has been like the year, like 3 different.
Right, all 3 of them that are usually dormant for
17 years. Yeah.
17 years.
Yeah, that's why I was so loud in the woods this year.
Right.
That looks good, buddy.
Trying to get rid of some blind spots, man.
I like it.
Make it more safer.
Make it look pretty. Safety first.
That's right, that's right.
And it's a lot better than a weed eater, ain't it?
Yeah, the weed eater don't have air conditioning.
I hear you. All right, we'll catch you later.
All right,
be cool. Okay, so there you go. Now y'all know along with me. Volvo, Hyundai, Cabelco, John Deere. All 200 classes. And, you know, this will be a really good way to, for sure, put these things, I mean, literally head to head and see which one we like from an operator standpoint. You know, of course, I gotta look at the financial standpoint too, but as I've always said, comfort is big, and I don't think near enough heavy equipment companies take that into account. You know, they've got their engineering people, they've got their sales team, but none of them have to run these machines 10 hours a day. And until you have to sit your butt in that machine 10 hours a day, you know, I don't care what they say, comfort is really key. Now, it's got to be a good machine, the price has got to be right, but if you know, I've said it a million times, a comfortable employee is a productive employee. Looks like Keith rode his crotch rocket to work today. He better hope thunderstorms don't roll in. I'm telling y'all what, it is muggy out here right now. And of course I've been gone, but you know, I still get alerts on my phone, and every afternoon it seems like they have some big thunder boomers roll through. But got my hard hat on, my safety vest. You know, a lot of y'all comment I need to wear it more, and I really do. Not for y'all's sake, but just to set a good example for the employees. And if the safety folks show up, I don't want to be walking around out here with not protected. But the sand's a little bit darker than I normally like today, but the color really doesn't matter as long as it passed all the tests. We have to test this through DOT specs every single day for gradation and clay content. With a little KPI plant seems to be running like always, just like a little dream around here. This plant has been probably one of the best purchases I've ever made. It's all electric, it's quiet, it's small, and it does a fantastic job at washing sand for us. Usually when the sand's a little bit darker like that, it means we're in some dirtier material wherever they're digging it, and you'll get a good bit more clay and rock balls, which we can, yeah, that's kind of a good bit coming off right there. So the color of the sand will usually be indicative of how much junk you got coming off of the screen. Let's walk up there and check it out. Yep, good bit of clay. When this water is real milky like that, we're in some kind of dirtier sand. We usually have to slow the plant down a little bit just to try to wash some more silt and clays off of it to get us a good results on our DOT test for the sand. I like to come up here occasionally, just make sure everything is running as it should, make sure we don't have any holes in the screens, and that the sand is as good a quality as we can get. It looks pretty dang nice right now. There's our buddy Keith in the 844 over there feeding the plant. He's had I've seen a good many sand trucks go through as I was sitting at the gate talking to people or either on the phone. So I think it's been a pretty good sales day for the concrete sand. Well, as much as I've complained today, y'all, I really am glad to be back on vacation. I'm glad that the slip and slide is over. As much fun as it was, I'm glad the stress of that thing is over and I can get back to getting some just regular content out to you guys. Thanks for all your support on the slip and slide project though. All the likes and comments and shares for the videos, that helped out a bunch. And I can't thank y'all enough. We're still gonna do some crazy things. I think next, the next harebrained idea that I've got the guys excited about is doing a demolition derby. But I'll take a minute to tell you guys what I kind of want to do with the channel. Not that I'm gonna turn this into a whole Mr. Beast channel. You know, he's the guy, he's got that huge YouTube channel, gives away a lot of stuff. I do want to start giving back to folks that, you know, are deserving of something. So what I'm thinking, now this is just an idea, I don't know if I can even pull this off yet, but if we can do well enough here on our YouTube channel, I'd like to start giving back in some kind of way. So I want to do this demolition derby where we all get these, you know, super cheap cars that are just barely running. As long as they run, that's all that counts. Have a demolition derby with the guys, and then let's see if we can make enough off the videos to maybe buy a couple $1,000 car, something that's, you know, decent, something that's good, and give it to somebody here locally that is in need of a vehicle. You know, I've always been taught that if you do good, then good things come to you. And so this is kind of how I want to, you know, have fun on YouTube, but also be able to help folks out. And it's super easy, and it's actually a brilliant platform because, for example, yourself sitting there watching this video, in order to help and to, you know, to be able to help us give stuff away, all you got to do is hit the thumbs up, comment, share the video. It costs you absolutely nothing. So that's a kind of my idea of how I want the channel to evolve. I want to have fun. I want to provide you guys with good content, but I also want to be able to give back. And I just think it's a super easy way to be able to raise money to help folks out that are in need. I don't know, drop your comments, let me know what y'all think about it. I think it would be it'll definitely make me feel good because I love to give, and I just think it would be a really cool platform to try this idea out. So again, appreciate you guys, all your support, all your comments. Y'all mean the world to me. I love talking to you. Sorry if I can't write back to everybody, but man, I tell you, the comments just stack up. I do read them all, I just don't have the time to reply to them all. Just like right now, I got to go get on the computer. I've got 5,031 emails legit sitting in my box right now. Now probably 95% of that is junk, but I got to go get to work. I'll see y'all on the next video.